All right, so good evening once again. I'm Emmanuel. Emmanuel Kodia. We are done with the debate. We want to talk with Decider. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. What about you?
Yeah, I'm also doing fine. I can see you really dressed well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, this debate, how did you see it?
Oh, it was fine. It was good. We were given the opportunity to address the student populace, to let them know the challenges that confront us, and to give them the roadmap. And that is what we team decided we did. We gave the student the roadmap to solving the problem that confront us as students. Thank you.
So was the noise actually disturbing you? Were you able to gather some momentum?
Not at all. A focused mind is never disturbed, is never distracted. So I was focused and I gave to the student populace a reason for them to vote for Team Decider, a reason to have hope that we will find solutions to their numerous challenges. Thank you very much.
Okay, and come next September, what is your word to your viewers out there? What should they expect from you?
What I would say is that they should note that I have put myself up for this position because of the challenges that confront us as students. It is in the interest of them who do not have access to internet because of the reliance on the unreliable Wi-Fi. It is in their interest that I have put myself up for this position. It is the interest of the one who spends more than 4 cities a day on shuttle before he or she comes to think of what to eat that I put myself up for this position. It is in the interest of the students who move from one notice board to the other in search of lecture timetable that I put myself up for this position. It is the interest of the students who do not have quality lecture theater to study that I put myself up for this position. It is to find solution to the challenges that we find ourselves in the diaspora in terms of security, in terms of hikes in the hostel fees that I put myself up for this position. That I believe when given the mandate to become SRC president, we will find solution, in fact, lasting solution to these problems. So students should have hope in Team Decider. We are going to change the fortune of our student front. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Team Decider. It's a pleasure having you. All right, so I'm here with Tim BF, who is also an aspirant. Tim BF, who is also an aspirant here in the University of Cape Coast. We are actually done with the debate. But as you can hear from the background, a lot of people are talking. So we would like to have some discussion with Team BM. Team BM, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm also doing fine by grace. So how was the debate?
I believe it was great. It's a very good intercourse. It's fair. But it is my honest belief that this do not follow the procedure that presidential debates used to follow. And so I think that going forward we have to give a lot of thoughts into organizing this program so that they can bring out the intention for which it is organized. I think that there should be a presidential debate where aspirants or candidates will give rebuttals to points that have been raised by other aspirants. I think that when we are doing this,
there has been some chaos here, but apparently we are still here, we are still on the ground. Despite everything happening, we still would like to continue our interview with Tim BM here. Yes, so please, you were actually talking about something.
Yeah, I'm talking about the fact that it should follow the tenets of a debate, you understand. And in a debate, what do we see? We see that people raise points, and then the students want to hear how realistic these points are, how achievable they are, and then how they can actually impact their lives. And so you don't just come and say anything to the audience, you understand. Students of University of Cape Coast are very discerning, and we believe that when we are speaking to these people, we need to speak to their understanding. But if you don't give the candidate the right opportunity and the right platform to give concerns, issues that really affect their lives, and how you want to pragmatically solve these problems, I think that it is not a presidential debate. So this is just a discussion. It's not a presidential debate.
Oh, it's not a presidential debate.
At all, at all. It's not.
So what about the noise too? Was it really affecting you, the aspirants?
Well, I would say that people would do anything to support their ticket, their candidates, and it is also part of the game. Of course, if you are focused, you shouldn't let the noise disturb you. You see, this election is not going to be won by noise making. This election is going to be won by discerning students, understanding the reality of the issues, and then what actually affects their life and who gives them the best solutions to these problems. I think that the students of UCC are going to make the right choice, and they are going to vote for Team BM come 2nd September, because a vote for Team BM is going to be a vote for solution come 2nd September.
And once again, I would like to ask you, what is your final words to the people watching you? What should they expect coming next September?
All right, my final words are very simple. A vote for Team BM is a vote for solution. Vote for Team BM to work for you. We have policies that are tailor-made to suit the needs of every individual because we believe in inclusive governance. So the voice of every individual student of UCC is going to be taken into consideration in our governance system. So a vote for Team BM is a vote that is going to affect the life of every individual of UCC. And so we are reaching out to all students out there to come out in their numbers come 2nd September because this election is going to be a very interesting election.
So thank you very much, Team BM. It's a pleasure talking to you. All the best. And I'm here with Sami Aye too. Sami Aye, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine. What about you?
Yeah, I'm also doing fine, my grace. What can you say about this debate?
Oh, I think it was a fine exercise. We are all aspiring to be leaders, and so before we can lead, we need to debate for our people to know who has the capacity or who is clothed with the necessary wherewithal to lead. And so it was a very fantastic exercise.
So you were able to gather momentum, or you already have it?
Of course, I already have, the flair and the momentum, so I don't really have a problem with having debates.
So it wasn't even shivering you fear?
Not at all, not at all.
All right, so what are your final words before you take leave of me?
Oh, so I am here to contest because I believe I have something to offer. And what I want to offer has to resonate with exactly what the students need. You cannot just come and contest as a president and you sit down and couch a message. That does not sit well or is not representative of exactly what the students need. And so we have done a lot of consultations. We have spoken with relevant stakeholders about what we want to do, and they have given us the go-ahead. You saw a lot of people here in my T-shirts. Okay, they believe what I can do. They believe in what I have espoused. And so they have no other option than to rally behind our campaign. And so the message to students is that come 2nd September, I'm expecting that all of them, those who believe that we can deliver, will come in their numbers, okay, to come and endorse the Team Sami Aye. That's why I'm saying that all of us, every student should rise up and make their voices heard. If you don't make your voice heard, people will choose your leaders for you. And so we need to come together and come out of a unison. Let us all re-echo our, similar voices in making Sami Aye the next SRC president of the University of Cape Coast. And I believe we'll go a long way to establish exactly what we have said we want to establish. If I say 5 gig, it is out of necessity, not out of political mileage seeking. They say we have Wi-Fi in UCC, on campus, in the lecture halls and various halls. But how many people benefit from the Wi-Fi? Even those in the halls, how many of them benefit from the Wi-Fi? And so our aim is to achieve universal coverage of quality and affordable internet services. Okay, and we want to do it within the constraints of time. Many students have said they have issues with hikes in hostel prices. We are bringing out a comprehensive plan. There are laws that regulate how hostels are supposed to be priced. And the laws are emphatic, they are clear. All we need to do as an intellectual community is to make sure that those laws are applied and making the SRC a strong mediator between the students and landlords. This will prevent the student from being extorted from the landlord. And we are going to do it within the shortest possible time. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Sami Aye. All the best in you. And also with Teka here. Good evening, Mr. Teka.
Yes.
All right, so good evening, Mr. Teka.
Good evening, Senior. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and you?
Great. I'm also doing well.
All right, so what can you say about this debate?
Very healthy. There was no any room for counter banter and all that. So it's just about speaking your mind. What do you intend doing for the student of UCC? And basically, that has been it. And you saw from the discussion what various candidates have and what I have as a candidate. And I think that when you are given the opportunity to serve with experience as a former NASPA president in Ashanti region, as the regional secretary currently in Western region, I think it happens that we can best give the student of this school what they deserve. And that is why if you listen to my expose on issues, it delves deeper into how things can affect the students of this school. That's it basically.
I would like to ask you a question again about the presidential debate. Do you think that is actually impactful?
Oh yes, very healthy.
Like this particular one?
Yes, I think, look, it gives deeper meaning into what democracy is, right? Because a lot of people can't come to the manifesto day to watch you, but they can watch online. And what we did here gave an exemption, sort of, and introducing us into the people. So if you are not able to come here, you can still watch in your room. And I think that is good for us. And we, the presidential candidate, we are also able to interact with the people. You understand? And that is just the best way to go. If this continues, every year we can get the best president because people listen to you and they vote based on what you say. So I want to encourage EQGH and the University Parliament to continue to do it because it refines us. If we made some errors here, you go and sit, think about them, make an improvement before you present your general manifesto. So this is the best. This is the best. I want to encourage it. I'm a debater for university, UCC. I'm a debater here. So everything that's about debate is very healthy and should be encouraged.
All right, so come next September, you'll be voting. What can you say to your viewers out there?
Basically, Taker is number one on the ballot with my vice president, Ijewa. Every good thing comes from above, right? Yes, come from above. We have requested to serve the interests of the student. And we are saying that just like in KUST, in UHAS and in TTU, where students are given data SIMs, right, to have it at the beginning of every Monday, they are reimbursed. We want to deploy that in UCC. That GRASAC students have started it. We want to extend it to undergraduate, that every student will have data and airtime at the beginning of every month. This is key for our administration, flagship. Then timetable in the portal, number 2. And the stability of the hostel fees. We will learn from the Legon way how they do it, and we'll improve upon it. That every year students will have a comfort at paying for their hostel fees. These are basically some of the things, but there are more. You understand? And we mentioned some of them. The accessibility of health services at the university hospital. I would dialogue with them to give, at least assign one doctor and a nurse or a couple of nurses to students, that when there is an emergency, quickly they can be dealt with. Not joining queue and suffering here and there and all that. Then basically we can improve the system from where we are.
Okay, so thank you very much.
We need the support of every student. So when you go to the polls, come 2nd September, don't scroll to number 8 or number 5 or 4. It's just number 1. Very comfortable. And together, by God's grace, when the day comes to an end, it will be Tim Taker leading the student of University of Cape Coast. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, too. It's a pleasure having you. All the best in your election. Obviously, yeah, with probably last but not least, I should say. Yeah, that's right. Good evening, Timeske.
Good evening, my boss.
Okay, good evening, Vice.
Good evening.
How are you both doing?
Oh, we are really doing well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what can you say about the presidential debate?
Well, I believe this was an opportunity to actually let the student body know the kind of visions we are bringing on board and how tactical leadership can be if they are to give us the nod.
I saw there was some kind of people making noise in the room. Was that not disturbing you?
Oh, not really. It's just to cheer me up and keep me active in the room.
But what about the others? Do you think the presidential debate should have noise like this? Was it really impactful looking at the noise in the room?
Sure. With the noise, I believe that at a point in time, we were able to put them to order when we were making substantive issues known.
All right, so what can you say to your viewers out there? Come next September, what should they expect from you again? I know, yes, you've done a lot of talks to your viewers and to your colleagues. What else again should they expect? I think one final word that your viewers out there, your followers, should expect come next September.
I would say that a baby elephant does not struggle in growing. For that matter, the entire university community should believe Timeske. Come on the 2nd of September, they should endorse number 4, and we are going to work to the expectation of our students. Thank you.
And Vice P, what can you also say about the presidential debate?
Oh, it was great. My candidate was perfect. He was on point, and then I cheer him for that.
Okay. So any final words to your viewers there?
Yes, colleague students, we hope that when you go to the polls, come 2nd September, you vote number 4 on the ballot screen because it is necessary.
All right, so you heard from them, Timeske, number 4 on the ballot screen. So come next September, 2nd September, you heard from them. So you just go to the polls and let your thumb speak for you. All right, so I'm Emmanuel Kodia. We are here. We'll be talking to some of the people here. Uh, yeah, yeah, still here. I would like to speak to some of the people here. All right, so I'm here with
Number four. It's only SK. And SK, vote for him. Yeah. Let's vote for SK.
all right, so all right, I'm coming. I would like to speak to one person. I'm here with one beautiful lady here, whom I'll be speaking to. Please, what's your name?
Angelica Mesu.
Angelica Mesu. Angelica Mesu, please, I would like to know, what level are you?
I'm in level 400.
400. Oh, what wonderful. Please, what can you say about this presidential debate? There was some kind of rowdy in the room. I don't know. What can you say? Was this really impactful? Because you wouldn't hear what the aspirants are even saying. Was this really impactful one?
Okay, I was part of the panel. Okay. And I would say it was impactful. Yes, of course, because most of the issues that were asked were best tackled by the aspirants. The time frame for them to tackle the questions were quite short, but I believe most of them gave us the best answers that we all wanted. Their supporters weren't giving us that kind of silent mood that we all wanted, yet still the program was successful. I mean, in as much as it was able to meet the pressing needs of the students, it's answered most of their questions to the best of my knowledge. That's what I feel it was.
What can you also say about the aspirants? I don't know. Do you have anything you can say about them? Their behavior,
Okay.
were they really, I should say, really open for this kind of atmosphere?
Well, with their submissions, most of them weren't straight with their submissions. I mean, I wouldn't say they didn't prepare enough. I think they did, but their submissions, most of them didn't really tackle what we wanted to hear from them. But they all comported themselves. I mean, you're an aspirant. You can't afford to misbehave. So all of them, I mean, on a scale of 10, I would give, to be fair, I would give all of them like 8 over 10. Yes, they showed, or they put up best performances, yes.
Looking at strike coming to us, and just after this month, next month, September 2, we'll be having the election. I don't know. Is it too early, or you think that's the right time for the election?
I think it's not too early. That's the right time, because already there had been some backlogs, sorry. Like we went for the strike for 2 or 3 weeks, more than 2 weeks. So, I mean, I don't think we should delay in getting our new executives for the SRC government this year. So I think it's fair we still continue with the old calendar. Okay. Yeah, sure. So the 2nd September, yes, they should prepare. We are going to vote. Yes, so they should prepare. I think so.
All right, so thank you very much, Angelica. I'm also Emmanuel. There is EquiGH TV, so it's a pleasure having you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Do you have any final words to people watching?
Okay, so I want to say this on behalf of the panel and the UCC Parliament. Yes, they did a very great job taking all the inconveniences and all the setbacks. They were able to put up such a wonderful program, and special thanks to them, and then the LSRC, and yes, you said this was GH TV. Yes, thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Maybe you can watch us on YouTube. Honorable, what's your name, please?
Foster Nanafusu Puku. In fact, the chief panelist for this year's SRC presidential debate and the first deputy speaker of the University Student Parliament. And in fact, I must say that I am so much appreciative to the university dean of students for actually assenting to the program. I mean, he could have just rejected us having the program because of the COVID-19 impact. But like through medium with him, he finally agreed for us to have the program. And I believe this will actually deepen the level of democracy in our student governance, since now we can actually hold on the aspirants to actually inform us on what they intend doing on some of the topical issues. And in fact, we asked questions on welfare, which is one of the paramount issues or area that affect the students. And we asked questions on health, which I think is one of the important areas in the student affairs. And we talked about the academic. We asked questions also on governance, how they intend to make or rule or lead the students. And so I think this will go a long way to improve the students' governance architecture. And like I said, I am so much grateful that.
What can you also say about the aspirants too?
Oh, so in fact, I was much impressed. You see, this was a situation whereby they comported themselves unlike some of the what we call the presidential debates that we used to witness. An aspirant is talking and then another aspirant is interjecting. This one, they tried their best to, maintain that kind of decorum. So overall performance or overall observation that I made from the aspirants is that they are all apt and then they are all they comport themselves.
Really? So this presidential debate, was your expectation met here?
Sure. I think overall, they have tried convincing the students. And then some of the questions, even though in our own expectation, they couldn't answer the question in as much as we wanted. But I believe that it still informed the students in one way or the other. So overall, I think I was much impressed with their performance.
Okay, so thank you very much. Yeah, you must be really tired because it's a long night.
Sure.
Yeah, you must be really tired. So thank you very much for your time this evening too. All the best in the years ahead for your position and for whatever you're doing as well in this electoral process. So thank you. All right, so we are here again. Obviously nobody here, so we can end here, wind up the program for this edition of this show on IQGH TV. I'm Emmanuel Kodia. There has been the presidential debate.